Hi guys, I hope all of you are doing well. First of all, thank you for tuning in back to my channel. And for those who are new, my name is Prakash, and I share my insights in Vedic astrology, which I've gathered for the past 14 years now. So hope you like it here in my channel. Do subscribe if you're interested, and I also provide audio-based consultations. If you're interested in that, you can always check on the description sections below. Now, let's get right into it. My videos are always short and right to the point. Why must you buy gold during Akshaya Tritiya, right? So let's talk about what is Akshaya Tritiya, and then we'll find the correlation. So Akshaya literally means like grows, something which is progressive, something which is lasting, but it means growth in most of the contexts. Tridehi is the third day. Now, if this happens, Akshaya Tritiya happens on the month of Vaishank, or Chitra as they call it in Tamil, somewhere between mid-April and mid-May. It happens on the fourth night, or the Shukla Paksha, right, on the third day of it. So Akshaya Tritiya has a lot of auspiciousness to it, right? The many things, many events, like Sage Vyasa started to dictate the Mahabharata, the great epic Mahabharata, to Lord Ganesh on Akshaya Tritiya, right? There are also many other, incidents in the Puranas which started the inception of these great events started on the Akshaya Tritiya, right? Now, of all that, there's one day which has been neglected by many. Okay, and I would like to share that day. All right, that is the beginning. The beginning of the Satya Yuga. Okay, now let's talk about the yugas. Of course, I was planning to do a video on Hindu cosmology or Vedic cosmology, but because we're talking about yugas, and maybe there's some of you who's not too sure what a yuga is. A yuga is basically an era. All right, it's a Hindu cosmological term. There are basically four different yugas, and it's a cyclic event. After every 4 yugas, the world will be swept out. A great deluge, the great flood, the pralaya as we call it. It comes and clean sweeps all living beings, and everything will be dead and restarts again. So you have the Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga, right? So after the end of Kali Yuga, we would be then basically wiped out, and the Satya Yuga comes back again. So it's a cycle, right? This yuga, all these yugas put together is called the Yuga. Okay, I mean, this is a huge topic, right? Talking about yugas itself, we can go into the time, the day of the Brahma, and all. There's so many things we can talk about, but my point is, a yuga is an era. Okay, it spans millennium, right? Satya Yuga is, I think, 1.728 million years. That's Satya Yuga. And then Treta Yuga is 1.3, I think, 1.2 something. I'm not exactly sure of the date, but it's about 1.2 something million years, the span of those yugas. Dwapara is about 800 over years, 800,000 years, I mean. And the Kali Yuga, which is 432,000 years, right? So this is about 4.3 or 4.4 million years, okay, in total, right? So these yugas are important. It dates certain events, okay, and certain tattvas, certain gunas, certain characteristics of human, all right, of the manush is seen prevalent in these particular yugas, right? The Satya Yuga is all about benevolence, about kindness. We are obviously not in the Satya Yuga. As you can see, it's all about gaining wealth and the fancy car and the big house, and it's all about money all the way, right? A lot of greed, a lot of exclusiveness, very less inclusiveness, right? So we are basically in the Kali Yuga. Now, some people say we are not. We are the ascension of Dwapara. Nobody wants to admit that, but a group of people do admit that we are in the Kali Yuga, right? Which means, the great flood is, it's in the brink of happening. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about all that, but a yuga is basically a millennia, all right, of time, and not millennia, I think aeons. It's an aeon, like millions of years. So the beginning of the Satya Yuga. All right, the day that it began was on a Sunday, and that Sunday happened to be an Akshaya Tritiya. All right, so now why gold? Now that you know that such a monumental, such a seminal day for us to really, it's a very profound day. It's a day that begins the era or the age of righteousness, right? Of profoundness, of greatness, of benevolence, right? That day was Akshaya Tritiya. Now, why gold? Okay, now why gold? Now, my theory, right, is that Satya Yuga has another name. It's called Krita Yuga. It's the age of gold, the golden age. All right. Now, golden in this context is not referring to metallurgy or the metal itself. Gold is the heart of gold, because Satya Yuga, the beings which lives on during the Satya Yuga, are kind, benevolent, merciful. They are basically heart of gold, right? So the problem, I mean, fast forward now, all right, to now, the problem is this word gold, which is associated to Satya Yuga, and again, the Satya Yuga was the day, on the day it started was Akshaya Tritiya. That concept of gold has been either exploited or ignorantly used. As such, we buy gold now. I mean, we take the literal meaning, and we, instead of understanding that gold is its reference of how kind your heart is, right? How benevolent your soul must be, rather than the actual gold itself. All right. So this is a great fallacy, and there's nothing wrong buying gold on Akshaya Tritiya or any of the days. As I said, it's a commodity, it's a great asset, but understanding why is important. So again, just a recap is that buying gold on Akshaya Tritiya, all right, is in reference. Of course, this is my theory. I'm open for any intellectual discussions about this, but my theory is that because it was, Akshaya Tritiya was commenced on the day, the Sunday of the beginning of the Satya Yuga. And Satya Yuga is also known as the golden era. As such, it has been either exploited by the goldsmith or the politicians or the, whoever, right, or religious institution, or it has been simply ignorant. People are just not sure what really means, right? So next, Akshaya Tritiya, by all means, do buy gold. I mean, I'm not stopping anybody, or I'm not saying that you should not buy. The fact I'm saying is that it is a day for us to improve or grow, as its name implies, Akshaya, to grow our sense of kindness and benevolence, all right, and spread it to the world. That's what it actually means. So this is my take on the Akshaya Tritiya, and it's fallacy, if I may, right? So thanks, guys. Take care, and hope to see you on the next video. Bye bye.